Now, with a brief respite in rainfall, water levels in Kerala's reservoirs and rivers have started dropping, but rehabilitation remains a major challenge. The devastating floods have left 373 dead and rendered over 1 million people homeless. These people are currently seeking shelter in relief camps. Kerala Chief Minister's office has said that the aim of the rescue operations to rebuild a new Kerala. Meanwhile, rains in the catchment area of the major dams in Idukki district have subsided. The outflow of water from both the Mullaperiyar and the Idukki dam has been reduced. On Monday, we saw some people returning to homes. But as flood waters recede, sanitation and health issues are posing a huge situation. Security, law and order is also a major worry. Several people claim their homes have been robbed and valuables stolen.
സഹായമായിട്ട് അവർ നിശ്ചയിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് കേരളത്തെ സഹായിക്കാൻ $100 million, 700 കോടി രൂപയാണ്. ഇന്ത്യൻ റുപ്പിയിൽ എടുത്താൽ 700 കോടി രൂപ വരും. ആ 700 കോടി രൂപയുടെ സഹായം കേരളത്തിന് നൽകാനാണ് അവർ തീരുമാനിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഇത് ഈ ഗവൺമെന്റിനോടുള്ള കൃതജ്ഞത ഈ ഘട്ടത്തിൽ മലയാളികൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയും നമ്മുടെ നാടിനു വേണ്ടിയും രേഖപ്പെടുത്തട്ടെ.
Well, this South Canal may look like any other water body in Kerala where people are in fact fishing, but the significance of this canal is that this is right next to the Kochi Airport, which, remember, the Kochi International Airport has been flooded since August 9th and is still not functional. Why am I talking about this canal? Because this canal used to go right from there across to the street and will go right, across the boundary of the Kochi Airport and used to go to the Periyar River. Now, when the airport was constructed, they not only, built this road after diverting, after blocking the canal, and the entire canal was reduced to just a very small stream. So what was the effect? When the flooding started, when it rained very heavily, there was a lot of water which came in. The capacity of this canal was, after being blocked, was reduced. And because of that, only these 3 pipes, in fact 2 pipes were put in this canal, which could take the water on the other side. They were not sufficient. And when the water came gushing because of the massive rains, this overflowed. This went over the road, broke the walls of the Kochi Airport. And my camera person Parminder will show you how it completely broke the walls of the Kochi Airport, went inside, flooded the entire area. If we can pan to that side, in fact, you will see how the devastation that was caused because of this flooding of this canal. Now, why am I showing this to you? The fact is that there were, in fact, reports, there were at the time when this canal was built, against blocking this canal by the experts, which were not given heed to and which ultimately, after heavy rains, resulted in the damage and the destruction caused not only to the Kochi Airport but to the houses in the villages across this canal. With camera person Parminder, Ankit, Tyagi, India Today. Well, what you saw, and I'm in fact standing at that very spot right now. I'm standing right just next to the wall of the Kochi Airport, which has completely been broken. And there are many houses around. All these houses which you see around, these houses have also been were flooded because of the canal on which I'm standing at. This South Canal used to be a big canal, as I was explaining earlier in that report as well. Now, this begs the question that we are going to ask today. Why is it that there is once again this whole debate about sustainable development and how Kerala ignored the warnings which in fact resulted in these floods being so deadly? Yes, the waterfall in the rainfall was extremely high, thrice the amount of what Kerala usually receives. But if the water bodies and Kerala, remember, is ranked very poorly as far as their management of the water bodies is concerned across the southern states. If that would have been taken place, possibly the devastation would not have been across the state and would not have been of this magnitude. This is just a small example. My colleagues Gopi Krishnan and Shalini Lobo are joining me on the broadcast, and both of them have been reporting relentlessly from August 9th on the situation across the state. Gopi, coming to you first. Where are you today, and what's the situation? The water in most areas is receding. Rainfall for the last few days, in the last 3 days, has not been much. But the question now for the people is uncertain future. Many have lost their livelihood and their houses.
Well, indeed, Ankit, that is the big question that is looming in front of all these people who are in the relief camp. I must share some staggering numbers with our people. There are over 1 million people who are in various relief camps across the state. This 1 million, when actually translated into another mathematics, will actually become 3% of the total population. That is the kind of impact that this flood and landslide has created in the state of Kerala. And fortunately, for at least 75 to 80% of them, most of them are in a situation that once the water level starts receding, they can go back and at least they have a place to go back and clean up, and so that they can actually continue with their life. Though there are a lot of losses which needs to be met with, because today I was in the worst hit towns in southern Kerala, that was Chenganur, and I could actually see a lot of houses where people have started coming back from the relief camp. They have started cleaning it, but this cleaning is a really painful process, because there will be a lot of mud and muck inside their home, mostly on the floor. It will take at least 3 or 4 days to clean the floor alone. And all those things inside the home, that is, be the furniture, the TV, electronic equipments, everything which could have been kept in the first floor, which could have been under 5 or 4 feet height, would have been completely damaged. And you can imagine when there is a wooden equipment that has been left completely exposed into this contaminated water for 4 or 5 days, you can imagine the kind of situation that will be in there. There is no possibility of using that. Rehabilitation and rebuilding will be what the state have to focus on in the days to come, Ankit.
Well, absolutely, Gopi. You're right there. And that is going to be a mammoth task. A Herculean effort will be required, not only in terms of the financial aid, but also in terms of other support. Because many people, remember, 26,000 houses across the state of Kerala have been partially or completely damaged. It's just numbers for many, those who are watching the broadcast, but for millions of people, for many, in fact, this is what they used to call home. That has completely been swept away. That has completely been damaged. It will take almost a rebuilding exercise. They will have to rebuild their lives brick by brick. Shalini Lobo is also joining us, and Shalini in fact visited a few people, those who are returning to their houses now from the relief camps, trying to in fact clear their houses, trying to go back to what they once called home. Shalini, you know, the reports that you have sent, they're heart-rending reports. People, their houses completely in muck. It will take them months to in fact get back to normal.
Well, Ankit, we assume that it will take them months, but for many of them, you know, they're middle class or even lower, and for them it's going to take a lot of time, because every single thing that they have in their house is what they lost, be it a fridge, a washing machine, a home theater system, you know, your microwave, your cooking range, everything. And these are people who have paid installments and bought all that with. Apart from that, your books at home, people, your school books, people in college, their college books, school textbooks, school uniforms, laptops, computers, phones, everything. These are people who have lost everything, and there's no electricity for a week, and it doesn't look like electricity in Alua is going to come back for another week as well. And another thing that I might like to add is that there was water in the house for around a week, so the structure is also weakened. If you go via Alua, you will notice the walls are collapsing everywhere, you know, building walls, windows are broken, walls are just fallen like bricks, they've fallen like Legos. So that is another thing that people have to see, whether the structure is safe to stay in. If it's not safe to stay in, do they have to demolish and build it back again, or how exactly are they going to do it? Are they going to relocate? So all these are actual questions that they need to ask. Obviously the task at hand right now is to clean up their house, and the muck is above the ankle, Ankit. It's very, very thick, and it stinks.
Right.
There's a huge stench in the
air.
air.
Well, Shalini, you know, let's just show our viewers. Let's in fact take our viewers to the report that you had filed from Aluva. That will give them a sense. That will in fact be self-explanatory to what you are saying, because for a lot of people, those who are watching from other parts of the country, they possibly must have thought that the floods are over. Kerala now, the challenge for Kerala is also over. As the water recedes, people are trying to go back to their houses. Shalini Lobo files this report from Aluva, which was one of the worst hit areas in these devastating floods across Kerala.
Destruction caused by the massive floods in Kerala has left lakhs homeless. Property worth crores destroyed and infrastructure in tatters. As the flood waters recede, people are slowly moving back to their homes from the relief camps, only to find them ravaged. 54-year-old Radhakrishnan in Aluva returned home after 6 days to find muck, slime and garbage strewn all around.
ഞങ്ങളുടെ അനുഭവത്തിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഓർമ്മയിൽ ആദ്യമാണ് ഇങ്ങനൊരു അപ്പോൾ അവരെ അനിയന് കൂട്ടുകാരെ കൂടി ചേർന്ന് ദുരിതാശ്വാസ ക്യാമ്പിലേക്ക് തൊട്ടടുത്ത് സ്കൂളുണ്ട് അവിടേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയെ ആണ് ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് ഇവിടെ ഈ ഭാഗത്ത് വെള്ളം വരെ. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇവിടെ ഒരു സാധനവും എടുത്തു വയ്ക്കാൻ സേഫാക്കി വയ്ക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചില്ല. എങ്കിലും കുട്ടികളുടെ സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഇപ്പോഴും ഈ മുറിക്കകത്ത് ബാഗിൽ അലമാരിയുടെ മുകളിൽ വെച്ചു. പക്ഷെ അവിടെ ഇത്രയും ഈ ലെവലിൽ മേളിൽ വെള്ളം വരുമ്പോൾ അലമാരി ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞ അലമാരി മുങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ
Flood water submerged the ground floor of Radhakrishnan's house on August 15. The family, which had built this house with the loan taken 10 years ago, is now completely devastated.
ഇല്ല, ലോൺ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ടില്ല, ഇനിയുണ്ട്. ലോൺ പൂർത്തിയായിട്ടില്ല. പണ്ട് 15-20 വർഷത്തെയാണ് ലോണ് പൂർത്തിയായിട്ടില്ല. ഇനിയുണ്ട് ബാലൻസ് എമൗണ്ട് അടച്ചു തീർക്കാനുണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞ ഒരു 4 മാസം മുമ്പ് കുറച്ച് പെൻഡിങ് വന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അവർ അവിടെ നിന്ന് വരെ സൊസൈറ്റിയിൽ നിന്ന് വരെ അവരൊരു നോട്ടീസ് തരുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ എവിടെ നിന്നോ പൈസയൊക്കെ മേടിച്ചിട്ട് ആ പെൻഡിങ് അടച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. 14 ഏകദേശം 10-14 രൂപയ്ക്ക് ഇടയ്ക്കുള്ള പൈസയാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ മന്ത്ലി.
The Herculean task of rebuilding their house and getting life back on track are the biggest challenges Keralites are facing today.
People return to their houses after 6 days to find it filled with muck. They've come out, they've cleaned out their sofas, the TV sets, fridge and dining tables, and they tell us that they cannot use them ever again. Another thing that they've stressed on is the fact that they shouldn't be dumping things into the river, because in one day the river showed them its might, destroying everything its way and dumping garbage on their doorstep and in their house. But they are sure that the people of Kerala will fight this and come back. With video journalist Divyan Rajkumar, this is Shalini Lobo in Aluva for India Today.
Well, as the torrential rains battered Kerala, Idukki in fact, as they call it here, was one of the worst affected districts of the state. In fact, it was the Mullaperiyar and the Idukki Dam, which were their gate shutters were thrown open, and that flooded the entire area. While on one hand, people are asking questions, why couldn't the water be released gradually, and why it had to be released in one go, which caused so much of flooding. I tried to, in fact, go towards to reach Idukki and try and find answers to a few of these questions. But the problem is that despite the water being receding, the floods, in fact, the flood water receding, there are landslides which have still blocked the highways, which have still blocked the roads which are reaching the district, and in effect have cut it off from the rest of Kerala, even after more than a week. Take a look at this round report.
Idukki, one of the worst flood-hit districts in Kerala. The unabated rains unleashed mayhem after the gates of Lower Periyar Dam were thrown open. And now India Today takes on the daunting journey to the district.
Well, though the red alert and the orange alert has been taken off by the government of Kerala here, but we are on our way to the highway towards Idukki. This is where the reservoir of the Idukki Dam, of course, also is. Remember, it was when the shutters of this dam were opened that this entire area came under severe flooding. We are about 30 kilometers from Idukki, and at many places there is still massive landsliding which is taking place, and because of that, the entire area, the route to that area is completely blocked.
The river here is still in spate and the havoc rampant. This house came under a landslide and several here have been rendered homeless.
घर डैमेज हो गया ये लोग आदमी लोग पूरा उधर कैंप में आ गया उसका सामान पूरा उधर ही है घर पूरा टूट गया बहुत पंगा है पानी नहीं है पानी पूरा नीचे है ना उधर पूरा ऐसा हो गया
लैंडस्लाइड से डैमेज हो गया
मट्टी पूरा
घर में घुस गया
घर में आ गया
सारा सामान खराब हो गया
घर भी खराब हो गया
When you see this is not the only place. These are such spots which have in fact created hindrance all across this road that goes to Idukki and the town and the Idukki Dam. This is the lower Periyar River Dam project area. Here there was water as well, and mainly because of the landslides, people have lost their houses. They are trying to come back from the relief camps, trying to check what is left of what once they called home.
As the alerts have been lifted, it is becoming clear that the state government has a mammoth task to restore the infrastructure.
This is the problem that the places, especially the hilly areas of Kerala, are now facing. Landslides, mudslides, and especially whenever it rains even a little bit, this loose soil comes down with heavy gush of water and takes everything in its stride. As the rebuilding effort of Kerala will start now, these are the stories, these are the houses and the people, those who used to once live in those houses, they are the ones, those who would need all the help from the government. With camera person Parminder Sharma, Ankit Tyagi, India Today. I'm also being joined in the broadcast by K. Siddhartha. He's a geologist. We are also being joined by Dr. K.G. Tara, former Chief Kerala Disaster Management Authority. And Mr. Siddhartha, I want to come to you first. A lot of people are asking the question of why was this flood so devastating? Because as far as what we can gather from the ground, yes, the rainfall was thrice the amount that Kerala usually receives, but there are also man-made factors which made it to the magnitude that the Kerala government and the people have in fact never seen.
excess rainfall. Idukki, for example, it had received almost 90% excess rainfall, and that's the case with most of the other districts also. But I would say that what led to this total devastation of the state is what the unscientific way in which we have treated the environment, because a lot of encroachment into the canals, a lot of encroachment into the river basin. We have been totally, neglectful of the environment, as in the case of many other parts of the country, like what we have seen in Uttarakhand. We have seen the same thing in Chennai.
Yes.
This rapid urbanization and rapid growth, unscientific way in which the whole thing is being done. Development should be done should happen in a sustainable manner. That lesson is being, every now and then the nature tries to tell us that this has to be done. I think this is a good reminder, not only to Kerala but to the rest of the country, that we have to treat the environment very, very, very respectfully. Otherwise, we are in for major damage.
Just stay on with me. Just stay on with me. Let's also get in a word from Dr. Tara. Dr. Tara, you've had massive experience as far as disaster relief and management is concerned, especially in the state of Kerala. though people are in a way lauding the effort of the government in the reaction to what happened as far as the flooding is concerned, but questions are being raised on the telltale signs that the government completely ignored. Many people are saying that the government should have been better prepared to deal with floods because it didn't come without any warning. There were in fact warnings which were given to the government as early as January this year that Kerala might experience massive floods this year.
That is, I think what the government did or what the government could have done. These are questions we need to consider, maybe not at this point of time. But I would like to add that, in spite of the rainfall warnings that the government had issued, the state, as in the rest of the country, we also lack proper scientific plans for managing floods, because we have never experienced a flood in our history. We have experienced excessive rainfall, but it was a 1 in 100 event that we have experienced. So we were not prepared.
Right.
To that extent, you can say that we were
Dr.
not
Thara,
prepared.
just stay on with me. Just stay on with me because I have to take a very quick break at this point of time. I would also want to bring in K. Siddhartha on this as well, because he would possibly be able to explain why, in fact, Kerala has such poor water management, which has been pointed out repeatedly. There was a Kargil committee report as well, which said that in 2011 that Kerala is gearing up to face a massive devastation. Why we are focusing on this? Because the governments may come and go and can say anything. Ultimately, the price is paid by the people. The price is paid for the infrastructure behind me that is being created and the lives that are being lost in the state of Kerala. Welcome back, and we are coming to you live from Kochi after almost 9 days of floods and devastation. For the last 3 days, the water is receding. People are trying to get back to normalcy. In fact, a massive cleaning effort has started in the houses which are still, left, which can still be inhabited by the people. For others, it will be rebuilding their lives brick by brick. Once again, K. Siddhartha, geologist, is also joining us from the India Today studio in Noida. Sir, I want to, in fact, understand from you about 44 rivers in the state of Kerala. And despite that, despite being so abundantly rich in the water resources, why is it that the state has been so poorly managed as far as the water resources in the state is concerned, which has resulted in such massive devastation?
Well, it's a general tendency for the people to take nature for granted. And because there have been so many rivers, the nature has been bountiful. They do have a tendency, because water, the destabilization of the hydrological cycle has never been a problem of sorts. See, this problem was created, that is completely man-made. That is, if you're going to take a look at the genesis of it, there is one of these dams almost completely full to the brim, and then thereafter they knew that a rainfall is going to be coming, and that is a forecast of a massive rain that is coming in 3-4 days of time. The water was not released, and because all the water was released, that was released almost immediately. That has been one of these causes. It's the implementation of this part. That has been one factor. Second has been, when you're going to talk about the destabilization, then destabilization has taken place in Kerala also because of the fact that there are no less than 1,600 quarries, and all of these 1,600 quarries, they go on to disrupt the flow of water. Now the problem in Kerala is the rivers are short, the rivers are swift. All of these rivers go on to descend down the Western Ghats and then go on to debouch themselves into the Arabian Sea. Now the amount of a time that the rivers going to take to cross this entire region is very short, and their catchment area is very small. Consequently, the rivers swell up very, very fast, much more faster than any state in the whole of the region because of the rainfall. And it will be always difficult to predict the amount of rainfall in that place. That is going to be another of this factor which has destabilized the hydrological cycle. And the third has been that people, because of the building of these dams, you have Mulla Periyar, you have Idukki,
yes,
Kotti, people have moved closer to the river. Now that is something that could have been prevented. The same thing happened in Adyar in Chennai.
Right.
The same thing happened in Kochi as well. And people, the moment they go to move closer to each other, they go on to be bearing the full brunt of the river. And that is what happened in this place here.
Right. Sir, thank you so much for explaining it in such easy terms for, in fact, the people as well, and for those who matter, people, those who make the policy, in fact, should consult experts like Mr. Siddharth so that you can make sustainable policies which are in tune with the ecological balance of various states. Now, over the last week or so, you have been seeing images which have been coming through the state of Kerala, devastating images. Now, India Today, in fact, brings you these exclusive drone images which we captured on our drone camera to give you a sense of, and in fact, a magnitude of these of this calamity, which has almost covered every inch of the state of Kerala.
God's own country completely submerged. Rains have stopped, water is receding, but very, very slowly. These images of devastation, never before seen on television, have been captured exclusively by India Today's drone cameras. Kerala's longest river with the largest discharge in the state is still overflowing, still swollen. Water levels rose dramatically after all 4 shutters of the Idamalaya Dam were opened last week. While the river is not flowing as furiously now, villages around the river are clearly still at risk. In Kuttanad, Alapura, most houses are still underwater, with just rooftops visible. Water as far as India Today's drone cameras could see. Only one road could be seen in the area, large parts of which were also flooded with water. Compare these drone images of devastation from a few days ago, and it looks like the danger level may have reduced, but the situation on the ground is far from normal. The Sri Mahadeva temple in Mannapuram is now completely cut off and underwater. While till about 10 days ago, devotees could still reach the road leading to the temple, now the entire area surrounding the temple has gone under. Water seems to be gradually receding in Aluva, while some parts are still flooded. India Today's drone cameras captured some partially dry patches and roads where situation seems to be returning to normal. Extent of damage that has not been seen on Indian television yet. India Today decided to use its drone cameras to check if any locals were stranded on the rooftops and needed to be rescued. But what the drone cameras have captured are unimaginable levels of destruction and devastation. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, as they say, cometh the hour and comes a hero, and in Kerala, which is being troubled by one of the worst floods that it has seen in a century, there have been many heroes, a few in uniform, others as well. In fact, those who have contributed not only in saving lives, but also ensuring that the state spirit keeps going back, keeps coming back, and let's now take a look at a few of the most dramatic rescue operations that have in fact taken place in the state of Kerala. From the Indian Air Force to the Indian Army, NDRF and the Indian Navy. All the forces have worked overtime to ensure they reach to the last person who is seeking help.
Amidst the deluge and destruction in God's own country, stories of bravery and resilience continue to emerge. Bravehearts from India's armed forces and common men and women have come forward in exceptional display of courage and grit. A Coast Guard team rescued several people using fishing boats in Varapuza area of Ernakulam. 2 of those rescued were elderly women aged between 80 and 85, who are bedridden and were stranded on the first floor of their residence for days.
जिनकी उम्र ज़्यादा है उनके लिए जो हमारे ट्रेंड पर्सनल है वो नीचे जाते और उनको लेके आते। महिला जिनकी उम्र 101 साल है उनको भी विंच किया गया। तो ये बहुत ही जो ऑपरेशन है इसके लिए पायलट स्किल्स का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट जरूरी है, क्योंकि जहाज को बिल्कुल स्टेडी रखना होता है।
A wing commander of the Indian Air Force conducted a heartwarming rescue of a toddler in the flood-ravaged state. On your screens are visuals of IAF Garud Commander Prashant airlifting a 2-year-old boy from a rooftop in Alapura. Moments after his mother was rescued from the deluge, the commander, after a daring rope hoist operation, handed over the child to the mother, who heaved a sigh of relief. Another Indian Coast Guard hero rescued a mother and an infant stranded on the first floor of a damaged building in Chenganur. The days-old infant was scooped from the balcony of his house. During another heroic rescue, IAF personnel was seen rescuing a child in Varkala, tying a rope around his waist and pulling him up towards the chopper. On Friday, when a rescue team from Southern Naval Command arrived at a flooded house in Kochi, little did they know of the emergency that awaited them. Among the ones waiting to be airlifted was a woman in an advanced stage of pregnancy, and what followed was a daring operation to save not just one but 2 lives.
I was informed that there is a lady that needs to be rescued from a masjid, and we quickly manned the aircraft. We got the lat-long down. We had to search a little bit because the area was completely flooded and the landmarks are a little difficult to distinguish. And well, we got her up, and it's always a very happy feeling.
The daring rescue of a pregnant mother earned the Indian Navy an emotional thank you note from a household in Kerala's Kochi. The family painted the rooftop with a big thanks as a token of appreciation.
Pregnant women were picked up, small children were picked up, infirm, old people. Again, I can show you some old lady, but she was so thankful. The mother of the child, which one of the commandos, Garud commandos, picked up. She was totally emotional. We are not supposed to get affected by emotion, but we do.
But it's not just the army personnel winning the hearts in Kerala. Local fishermen in Venmani village helped rescue stranded people after disaster team failed to reach the spot. The fishermen used their boats to rescue marooned people from remote hamlets. Rescue teams have worked undeterred despite high water, landslides and torrential rains, proving they are the real heroes of Kerala. With Shalini Lobo and Gopi Krishna Unnithan, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, many Bollywood stars have been generously, in fact, donating and asking their fans as well to go ahead and donate for Kerala. Well, taking a lead or picking up from their favorite celebs, now many fan clubs are also coming in large numbers with collection drives for material and also donating a lot of funds for rebuilding Kerala. This is the place which requires all the help. Remember, there are millions which have been rendered homeless, who have been displaced in these massive floods.
God's own state, Kerala is facing nature's fury with the recent floods. While the entire nation is trying their best to help Kerala, Bollywood has also lent a helping hand as they have come together and donated to the relief fund. Amitabh Bachchan tweeted, "The devastation caused by incessant rain in Kerala is frightening. Hundreds and thousands of our sisters and brothers are in deep anguish. We must do all we can to contribute as much as we can towards the needs of the people of Kerala. I have, you must do." Shah Rukh Khan's welfare organisation Mir Foundation, which has been actively participating to help and support the needy, has taken yet another step in this direction. Actress Sunny Leone, who was recently in Kochi for a brand promotion, also made a donation of 5 crores as her contribution. Not to forget, she had also shared images of her car being stuck in a sea of people during her visit, as she commands a huge fan following in Kerala. Filmmaker Priyadarshan and actor Akshay Kumar have donated to the Chief Minister's Distress Relief Fund. Priyadarshan tweeted a photograph of himself handing over a cheque to the Kerala Chief Minister, and he has also urged people to help the state. And we quote Priyadarshan, "Handed over mine and Akshay Kumar's cheque to Kerala Chief Minister's Distress Relief Fund. Let's together build back Kerala back to its glory again. No politics, no religion, only humanity. Let's stand together to save Kerala, Kerala floods." Actor Hrithik Roshan also tweeted about his contribution and wrote, "The situation in Kerala is critical. Help is required. Please let's come forward and do whatever we can. Our friends in Kerala need us right now. I have contributed a sum and I request you all to do whatever you can." Actors have also taken to the social media accounts to spread the message and urge fans to contribute in the best ways possible for the Kerala floods, and we quote some of the actors. Anushka Sharma wrote, "The devastation caused in Kerala by the floods is gut-wrenching. Whatever we can do, we must." Actor Siddharth Malhotra said he has contributed to the relief fund for the state and wrote, "Let's all get together and show our unified strength for Kerala. Contribute however you can and donate any money here. Pray for everyone in distress." Actor Farhan Akhtar wrote, "The people of Kerala need our help and here's what you can do. I have donated. Please do the same. Act now." Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Well, God's own country, one of the most beautiful part of our country, has been devastated with these floods. And it will take many months, possibly years, for people to come back to their feet. We only hope and we only request you to be generous with your donations. And you can also use Care Today as one of the medium to reach out to the people of Kerala. You can donate. You can also, in fact, put in collections for material, for other essential things, which we will, in fact, make sure reaches the most needy in the state of Kerala. Back to my colleague Preeti Chaudhary in the studio.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.